Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boss Memory Lane, Beaconhouse Old Student Society Memory Lane. Today we have a rising star with us, very dynamic person who's out there to make a change. His name is Hamza Azhar Salam. He's the founder of the Pakistan Daily, and he did his A-levels from Beaconhouse Defence Campus in 2012. Hamza, welcome to Boss Memory Lane.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
The most memorable incident happened at your school time?
Well, BDC is full of good memories, and I have so many incidents I can recall. But there's one incident which comes to my mind is that, we're playing a table tennis outside the courtyard, and we're carefree. We're not bothered about anything. We've done our class, and, we're just playing table tennis, and we're very competitive about it. So that's a beautiful memory in my mind.
Teachers के नाम याद हैं आपको?
जी बिल्कुल याद है, और I'm also in touch with some of them.
Right.
So Sir Sheba taught me business studies, and I got an A star in my A-levels. So he helped me very much. And Sir Temur Bande, he taught me economics, and I got an A in that. So, and I still meet them, almost 10 years after my graduation. I still have a very good relationship with them, and they continue to guide and mentor me, and I'm grateful for that.
What sort of student you were at school?
Well, if I may be very honest, initially I was not a very responsible student. The culture then was that, you study just before exams, and, you try to get a good mark. But I think I was very lucky because I found good teachers and a good support network of other students who were always there to help. So even if I was not as responsible as I should have been, Alhamdulillah, I did reasonably all right.
दोस्तों के नाम याद हैं? As they say at school, you make friends for life. So would you like to name a few friends?
Yes, absolutely. सबसे पहले तो I would like to name Mr. Hamza Azhar Salam. He was my senior. He was 1 year senior to me. And Mr. Nomi Numan Zakir. He's the CEO of Richie Melion. It's a great fashion brand. And Shazeb Wala, I'll talk more about him when we talk about the election.
Right, okay.
But he was against me, but now he's also a journalist. So, we have a very good bond with each other. Then Munib, Hassan, Ibrahim, Talha, so many friends from BDC who are still friends.
Right. You remember the election days? Let's hear about that. How was that experience like at Beaconhouse Defence Campus?
Okay, that was a wonderful experience, and an initial exposure to politics. And now, because I'm covering parliamentary politics as well, electoral politics as well, so I often compare the elections at BDC and what happens in the country, national politics or local politics, because there's so many similarities. And I contested the election for the debating president. And I used to go for debates representing Beacon House. And I was very passionate about those elections because I had a lot of friends who were senior to me, and they were studying in Beacon House for life. So I thought I had a good vote bank, and we used to lobby other students, and we used to have big dinners, and it was like a proper election campaign. But very unfortunately, in that year, they cancelled the elections in favor of a nomination, because I think things were getting a bit out of hand. But the election campaign in itself, it's a memory which is forever etched into my mind, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And if you have to describe your school life in 3 words, what would that be and why?
Okay, the first word which comes to my mind is carefree. So we weren't that bothered about many things. We were very carefree, relaxed, and fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun studying at BDC.
Right. So, what is there one thing or many things which you like about your profession, and how Beacon House had actually helped you be in part of that particular profession you're in?
Okay, so this is very interesting, and even though I only studied in Beacon House for 2 years for my A-levels, the time there left a lasting impact on me, especially because if I look at myself in my O-levels, I was not a very, very confident person, and I found it difficult to, interact with other people. But when I came to BDC, I saw, strong kinship networks, support networks, and I, infiltrated them, and it really, increased my confidence. So I think, and now in my profession, journalism, confidence is very important. And building relationships, building networks, that's essentially what we do and how we get information. So BDC played an integral role in that.
You had siblings also who were part of the Beaconhouse school network at that point in time?
Yes, Mr. Hamza Azhar Salam, he's my Taya's son, so he's my first cousin, and he's been part of Beaconhouse since he started schooling. And he was the one who convinced me to come to BDC.
Hamza, how was the competition like, or you were part of the rivalries? Let's hear about that at Beaconhouse Defence Campus. Competition is always healthy. Let's hear your thoughts about it.
Yes, during my time, the campus was, socially thriving. So there were different groups, and every group wanted to supersede the other, and this played out in the elections. So Mr. Shazeb Bala, he was part of another group, and I was part of another group, and he was supporting my political opponents. And I didn't like him at all, and I was like, he knows my cousin for so many years, for more than a decade, and now he's campaigning against me. So I felt really sad. But so many years down the line, now he's France 24's AFPAK correspondent, and he spends most of his time in Kabul. And I also report on Afghanistan for the Pakistan Daily. And because of this connection we had in Beaconhouse, even if we were, politically on different sides, we helped each other so much, and I learned so much from him. And now we're very close friends, and we meet very frequently. So this is something I remember. But also in the elections, I saw that, we saw a lot of social talent from students who engaged with, other students, with seniors, with juniors, with all kinds of people. So I think the healthy competition really brought out the best instincts and the best characteristics in the students.
Journalism is a very stressful profession. How do you offload the stress?
Well, I try to spend time with my friends as much as possible. Lahore offers a very healthy social life if one avails the opportunity. And I also do yoga. So I'm a practitioner for a few years now. And I love to read books. I love to read and write fiction. So yeah, this is how I try to manage the stress.
Pearls of wisdom for the young kids of Beaconhouse, young minds. What would you like to say?
Okay, yes, I would definitely like to tell the people, the young students in Beaconhouse today, is that, cherish your relationships, value them. You may forget what you studied in school, you may forget what exam you did or how you did in your exams, but you'll never forget the people you met. So I would strongly advise them to build strong kinship networks and to value friendship. I think friendship may be the most beautiful thing in the world, and this is the time to curate and craft friendships. So don't ignore this, because it may play a very integral role in your life later on.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that positive note, that's at school you make friends for life, we end our Boss Memory Lane. Thank you.